Hey everyone, thanks for checking out another episode of Wonderful Garbage. I am your host Angela, and this is a pop culture recap episode and a very special episode because it is our 101st episode. I didn't realize the last episode I just put out was 100, so this is 101! Yay! We did it! I can't believe it. I started this podcast last August. I can't believe we're already at 100 episodes. That is pretty crazy. I am so grateful for the people who continue to listen and the new followers that are here. The past 10 months have been so much fun and such a learning experience. I mean, at one point I was putting out like 5 or 6 episodes a week because I was trying to do Bravo TV recap episodes for every show I was watching, and then I kind of changed up the format a little bit, and I love this. I really enjoy doing it. I'm really grateful to you guys for listening and following and subscribing, rating the show, letting me know what you think, following on social media, and reposting things. That helps out so much to build this wonderful garbage community. I've been able to DM with Bravo celebrities, and I take screenshots every time I DM with someone, or someone likes something, or someone big shares it, and I have a folder, and I'll go back and I'll look at it and be like, oh, that was so cool, and I DM'd with blah, 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 or they liked this, or they commented on that. It's so special. You know, I listened to a lot of podcasts, and I wanted to share my ideas and decided I would start my own, and it has been, again, such a learning curve, but also a really joyous and fun experience. I've been able to meet other content creators online, and I'm really, really grateful. I promise I will get off the soapbox. I'm just really grateful for you guys, and I can't wait I'm like starting to get teary-eyed. If you're watching this on video, I'm fine. I'm just really grateful for you all who have listened, and I can't wait to make 100 more episodes. It sounds chaotic and fun, but I'm ready for it. I can't wait to see what the rest of the year brings. Okay, now I am crying. All right, taking a break. All right, we have no ads yet, so I'm back. The crying wasn't as bad as that Mindy Kaling episode I did. If you listen to that, especially if you watched it on video, I'm so sorry. My eyes were bloodshot red, but when Mindy Kaling got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it changed me as a person. I don't know. I feel like her and I were friends or sisters in a former life, and when she got that star and I talked about it on the podcast, I was full on crying, tears streaming down my face. It was uncontrollable. I might have been going through something at that time, but this is around the same thing. Okay, are you ready to feel old? Because when I read this next thing, I was like, oh no, I can't be that old. But do y'all remember John and Kate plus 8? It just like took over reality TV in the early 2000s. Well, their sextuplets are 21 years old. Yeah. Hannah, Aiden, Colin, Leah, and Joel. Oh no, I'm missing one. Okay, I was missing Alexis. My bad. Hannah, Aiden, Colin, Leah, Joel, and Alexis are all 21 years old. How crazy is that? So Kate posted a pic with 4 out of the 6, minus Hannah and Colin. And then Hannah posted a picture with her dad, and we haven't really seen anything from Colin online. Him and his mom, Kate, have feuded in the past, and there's some things going on there. But I mean, what a time for reality TV. The early 2000s, Kate had the original Karen haircut. the Kardashians were gaining popularity at that time as well. They'd started their series 2 around the same time. And it was like Kris Jenner and then Kate Gosling. They had just these ridiculous pixie cuts. I think Kate's was like a little more ridiculous. But yeah, the sextuplets are 21. So if you remember when that show started, it's time for some night cream. It's time for night cream. It's time for neck cream. It's time for you to have a sensible bedtime. Okay, let's talk about the Menendez brothers. They had an update in their sentencing. So earlier this week, a California judge ruled that Eric and Lyle Menendez would be resentenced from life in prison without parole to 50 years to life in prison. And with this resentencing, it makes them immediately eligible for parole, and it allows the California governor to commute their sentences because of when they were sentenced, the age that they were sentenced as minors, and the amount of time that they have served. So, more to come on that. Okay, the Diddy trial started this week. I don't want to get too much into it. I'm sure you have seen things and quotes and sketches. God, the sketches. I'm sure you have seen things this week about it. And Cassie was the first one to testify to start this trial off. And she's 8.5 months pregnant. You know, I think just letting her testify, getting her story out, and then removing her from it is what should be done. All I want to say is I don't understand how people are blaming Cassie for staying with her abuser for as long as she did. Let's remember, abuse isn't just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, psychological. You know, she participated in things she didn't want to participate in to please her abuser. I know, I think today there were texts, I think she's being cross-examined today, and there were texts coming out where she was saying, like, oh yeah, I'm so ready for the encounters, the FOs, you know, for short. And if you don't know what FO, think about it for a second. It's just like, okay, well, when you have been physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally abused, you're going to say and do things. You're going to act in a way that doesn't make sense to others unless they have been in that exact situation. I read that the judge approved her husband to be in the courtroom with her for certain parts of the testimony, which is great because, you know, she probably just only wants to focus on him and his face being there in the trial. It's really disgusting. It's really disturbing. Kim K also has a trial. Kim Kardashian has a trial going on in Paris for her Paris robbery that took place, about 8 years ago now. All I just want to know is, what the hell is she wearing to court? What is happening? The first outfit that she wore, the black number, was fine. It was court chic. It was the jacket with the skirt, with the side little pop outs. The tan feather number that she wore with the baseball cap. It's just like all that money and you're wearing that? And Kris Jenner looks like Beetlejuice. What is happening? I would love to be a fly on the wall of those trial fittings, choosing the outfit, picking the vibe that you want for it. I would just love to see how they put together these outfits because it's a lot. They're a lot. What's happening? I don't know what's going on. Kim was like decked out in diamonds, showing that like, you can't touch me, I'm still rich. But yeah, also the sketch artist has some hatred towards Kim. These sketch artists, y'all, I was like, why do they still do sketch artists in courts? And it's just because a lot of them aren't allowed to be televised, or photographers in the courtroom, so they decide to still use sketch artists, which I think is really interesting. But yeah, I don't know what Kim is wearing to court. Also, I'm not rich. I'm not fashionable. It's like the richer you are, the worse your fashion is sometimes, or you just don't care. I don't know. I don't get it. Let's talk about BravoCon ticket prices. Oh, y'all, I want to go so badly, especially with it being in Vegas. I think there's like more room, and Vegas is a better spot to host something like this than New York. It was New York for the first 2 years, and then and then they moved it over to Vegas. But the ticket prices are insane. 3-day VIP tickets are $1,400 a piece, which does allow you to go through the express lanes and gives you like priority seating for certain events. The regular 3-day passes, I believe, are $650 or $700 around there, which at that point, and I've read things on Reddit, it's like all you're doing is standing in line. You're waiting to get into these events. So it's almost like, yeah, the VIP tickets are going to be better, because the last thing you want to be doing is just standing in line, waiting to get into something, and then you're just spending so much time in line. And I want to go so badly, but it's just not the 1,400. It's the flight, it's the hotel. And I know Vegas tourism is kind of down right now, so I'm assuming hotel prices will be a little cheaper. But then everything is just expensive in Vegas. Everything is priced so high. You're going to be spending so much money anyway. And then this $1,400 on top of it. Oh, I've seen so many mixed emotions and reviews about it online. Some people were like, heck yeah, I'm absolutely gonna do this. Like, I don't care, I'm spending this money. Like, this is a big event to go see. And then some people were like, what? For Bravo celebrities? Are we really at this point? Like, Bravo, you guys need this money this badly that you were charging this much money per ticket? They go on sale the beginning of June. So I have a couple weeks to get my mind right and see if I really want to spend this money. But I don't know. TBD. Okay, let's talk about Blake Lively and Taylor Swift. There is more coming out this week about trial stuff and their friendship. Basically, their friendship has been put on pause. So Taylor Swift was subpoenaed by Justin Baldoni's team, which has made Taylor really distance herself. Allegedly, apparently, according to people from an insider that knows Taylor, she is distancing herself from Blake. So is Gigi Hadid. Gigi's like, I'm way closer with Taylor. Like, I'm friends with Blake too, but Taylor's my girl, and we're just not really hanging out with her anymore. So there were rumors swirling that Blake had threatened Taylor to publicly support her, write some sort of statement, put it out there on social media, especially when Blake didn't go to the Super Bowl earlier this year. And along with that, Blake also wanted Taylor to delete some text messages that I'm assuming would implicate her. So a letter was sent to the judge about this, the judge that has been assigned to the case. Justin's lawyers come out claiming that they had an inside source who was likely to have reliable information. And the judge said, no, we're not going to include this in the trial. Like, it doesn't do anything for either party. And there's no legit evidence that Blake did this. So he has removed it from the docket of being discussed to see if it would be in the trial. A Taylor Swift spokesperson, though, has come out to say that Taylor was not involved in any of the parts of the film, didn't see it until weeks after it was released, and was only involved in allowing the use of one of her songs. Which contradicts what Blake had said in an interview that she did with CBS Morning back in August when she was promoting the film. She said that Taylor was with her throughout this whole process. So I think that for better or for worse, she, experienced the whole thing with me. That's a quote from Blake Lively. It's all messy. It's all tragic. Just like Blake's outfits in that entire movie. It's ruined it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This whole thing has ruined the point and the messaging of the book. And the fact that that gets lost in all this suing back and forth is really sad. Okay. Let's talk about Honey Boo Boo. So she has a biopic coming out this weekend on Lifetime titled I Was Honey Boo Boo. She talks about how her nickname came to be, her family struggles, her mom's drug addiction, the stage momness, her sister becoming her guardian a couple years ago, which allowed her to really focus on finishing high school and getting into college. And so it's going to also show how she's living now. She's in nursing school in Colorado. She said that she, really wants to get a degree. She would be the first person in her family to get a college degree. And I never watched Toddlers and Tiaras, and I never watched Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. But of course, I read things, I saw things. I know her mom had a drug addiction. She is now sober. Her sister died from cancer a couple years ago. Her mom currently has a show on We Network. What is so interesting is that Alana came out and said that she never saw any money, like no money was put aside from basically being exploited her entire childhood. Her mom had taken some money a while back and has paid back that portion that she took. Other than that, she says she has not seen any other monetary earnings that is rightfully hers. And what I love about this and why I think I'm going to watch this biopic is, one, to support her and make sure she gets money. We should support her. Just have it on in the background, let it stream. But the fact that she wants to make more for herself. She said that she just wants to have more for her life. She wants to make something good out of everything that she has gone through. She's been in the public eye since she was 5 years old. She's now 19. And we see child stars. We had a couple documentaries last year come out about Disney and Nickelodeon and just how unsafe movie and TV sets were and how these children are worked to the bone. And maybe some had good parents that really made sure they stayed on the right track, and some exploited them and took their money and had no idea that they were in unsafe situations. And so to see her just trying to live a normal life and get a college degree, I think that's so wonderful. So again, that is called I Was Honey Boo Boo, and it's going to be out on Lifetime this weekend, so you should check it out. All right, this is going to be a very quick episode because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came out today, and I need to go binge that. I loved season 1. I binged it very quickly. I think I watched it again. I did some Mormon Wives, Real Housewives comparisons. They're on Instagram and TikTok if you want to check those out. I did those last season, and they're just messy. They're messy Mormons. Come on now. Also, the fact that we just have so many Mormon reality TV shows, I feel like that would be like one of the last religions or religious groups that we would ever get reality TV from. But the fact that we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, now Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and that failed show sold on SLC. I started watching it. I think I only made it through like 4 or 5 episodes. Their boss, Jen, she's a nightmare. She's a nightmare of a human being. I'm sorry. I could not watch it. There's a couple on the show that I really like. Tanya, I think that was her name, in Malaysia. I liked her. I like them. Other than that, bye. But the second season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came out today, so I gotta go watch that. I gotta get started on it. I need to see what's going on. Okay, there are 3 big things that are coming back, and I just want to talk about them. The HBO Max name change. Y'all, I love the internet for moments like this where we can band together and make fun of some multi-billion, million-dollar company just being a Gemini. Someone posted on Instagram. Okay, so I'll go back to that in a second. So HBO's come out and said that they are changing their name back to HBO Max. They're adding HBO back. It's not going to be Max anymore. And someone posted online, oh, okay, so HBO is a Gemini. Someone else, Eve, Bono's daughter, she posted, so they have a identity crisis. That's what's going on here. Right, so first they were just HBO, the original, right? That's the OG name. And then HBO Go, and then HBO Max, and then just Max. And then between that, they changed the color of their logo, and now they are going back to HBO Max. And I just want to know how much money they have wasted over the years of changing branding and marketing. I imagine they probably have like koozies and mouse pads and magnets and all kinds of things. T-shirts, company t-shirts, right? And the amount of money that they have spent on all these damn name changes. Come on, y'all, get your shit together. I did see a couple promos. They are making fun of themselves, obviously. Noah Wiley, famously right now on The Pit, but OG Doctor from ER. I also haven't finished The Pit. My husband and I will watch 1 or 2 episodes a week. At first we were doing like 4 or 5, and then it was just so intense, like The Bear, which is also coming back. Hulu announced The Bear season 4 is going to be back. All episodes will be out at the end of June. Get ready for Carmi's chaotic energy and poor choices. But The Pit also gives that very stressed, chaotic energy. So we're now at the point where we can only watch like 1, maybe 2 episodes a week, and then we have to step back. I think we're almost done with the season. I know there's only 10 episodes. I think we're on 8. We just need to finish it. But I also don't want to say goodbye to the season yet. I have a hard time finishing seasons that I really like sometimes. Like, I still haven't finished Insecure. And I know that shit has been off the air for a minute. But I loved it so much. I was like, I can't say goodbye to these characters. I am not ready. I really should go back and watch Insecure. And I really should finish it because Chef's Kiss, what a beautiful, wonderful, well done show. But things like that I really, really like a lot, I have a hard time finishing it. I don't want it to be over. But yeah, Noah Wiley's making fun of it. They did one with John Cena. He's making fun of the name change. I love that so much. Okay, the second thing that is back. Hilary Duff making music. Some mother effing music, y'all. So her husband hinted at a music return for our unproblematic queen. He posted on Instagram on Mother's Day, "Happy Mother's Day, Ba. Now please go save millennial pop music. It needs you now more than ever." And there's even a picture of her with headphones on and a microphone, like she's in a studio. Her last album, Breathe In, Breathe Out, was released in 2015. What? No way. 10 years ago? How am I that old? I can't. So, I mean, get out your stacked jewelry, your bumpets, your big hair, your work to club outfits, and your heels, your statement necklaces if you didn't throw them out like I did. Y'all, I think about that almost every other month. I had bags of statement necklaces that I loved so much, and a little bit at a time, I'd get rid of them. And then finally I was like, I need to purge things, and I got rid of all my statement necklaces, and I am so scared that that's going to come back into style, a recession indicator, if you will, and then I'm not going to have any statement necklaces to wear. R.I.P. statement necklaces. Okay, the third thing that I already just mentioned, The Bear. It's coming back. Season 4, end of June. Chaotic energy. What's Carmi gonna mess up next, right? Ooh, also, King of the Hill is coming back. I can't wait to see those guys living in 2025 in the age of VR vapes and food delivery. It's gonna be chaotic. Okay, before we end the podcast, I want to talk about the Selena documentary. So it was announced earlier this week that the documentary about Selena Quintanilla's life called Selena y los Dinos is acquired by Netflix, and it's going to be out for streaming at the end of the year. I was able to get tickets to go see this at South by Southwest. It also showed at Sundance earlier in the year. Some of Selena's family was there. They did a Q&A after. We ran into one of her old band members downtown on 6th Street after. It was so much fun. If you've listened to this podcast before, you know Selena was a huge part of my life. I grew up listening to her music. My family's from Corpus, where her family's from. And I think the documentary was so well done. They had so much home video footage that they provided the director and their team to include. And it makes you, I don't know, I loved it. I loved it so much. Again, I cried from literally opening credits until the end of the documentary. I cried off and on. My makeup was all gone, but well worth it. Because just what a beautiful soul. Taken from us too soon. But that's going to be out on Netflix at the end of the year. I cannot freaking wait for that and for you guys to see it if you enjoy Selena and her music. Or just learning more, you know, about her legacy and what she was just like about to do, which was basically dominate the entire music industry. Okay, we are ending with garbage thing of the week. I got a couple submissions. Thank y'all so much. One of the things I talked about earlier, someone said, the price of these BravoCon tickets is their garbage thing of the week. And I said, yes, yes, yes. Yes on that, yes on that, yes on that. These tickets are, in this economy? Girl, the tariffs? Are there tariff prices on these BravoCon tickets? What is happening? Okay, then someone else submitted using ChatGPT for literally everything. They have become so dependent on it. They can't stop it, but they also love it. And then also getting frustrated that like it's been messing up recently, not giving them what they need, what they're putting in the prompts. It's like having a mind of its own, which freaks me out, you know? So thank you guys for those submissions for Garbage Thing of the Week this week. And here's my garbage thing of the week. This heat. It is hot. We had our first 100-day weather in Texas, and it immediately changed my mood. It immediately made me bitter. It made me upset. I wanted no one to touch me, no one to talk to me. I set our AC so cold when I got home from work. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. I feel like every year the heat comes sooner and sooner. And then before you know it, it is just 100 degrees for like 3 months. And that's not even like the heat index, right? The heat index is like 105 and everyone is just melting and miserable. And this hair is long. This hair is thick. It's all natural though. But it's thick and it's heavy. And every summer I want to chop it off, but I won't because I also really want to grow it long. I miss having really long hair, so I'm trying to grow it out. But it will be living up in a bun for the next 3 months when I am outside because there's absolutely no way you can have just your hair down in this heat. Everything is sweaty. You need to have a change of clothes in your car. It's too much. And that's my garbage thing of the week. This damn heat. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening to the 101 episode of Wonderful Garbage. Again, I'm very grateful for you guys listening. And if you know anyone who would enjoy a stranger rambling nonsense for 30 minutes to an hour, send them this podcast. Let them know. But again, if you haven't followed, make sure you follow and subscribe so you get notified when new episodes are out. I'll be putting out episodes about the Valley. I didn't do last week's Valley. I'm going to do like a combo recap thoughts episode with last week's and this week's. The things I've seen online about it. I cannot freaking wait to recap for you guys. I'll do Summer House. And if I'm able to, I'm going to try to put out episode about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and share my thoughts about it. All right, thank you again for listening and being a part of the wonderful garbage community. I love you guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time.